I think it's absolute bullshit that basically every other sport, if the ball or whatever piece of sporting equipment goes into the stands, you're expected to give it back. I don't think that's how it should work. If the football goes into the stands, you should get to keep it. If the soccer ball goes into the stands, you should get to keep it. I think it's insane. I do think every sport should end. Like, I think 1-1 is fine. 2-2, any sort of tie. Like, I understand that sports have to have ties. But I think 0-0 should be illegal in sports. But there was still one. And also, my experience with 0-0 American soccer matches is that it's mostly just incompetence bouncing around and nobody's actually able to do anything successfully, which is not satisfying to watch.
Baseball season, baby. I feel great. I got tickets to opening day on Friday. Actually, I just bought, because great thing about living in Denver is that tickets are cheap. Just bought some tickets for the Tuesday game next week.
Okay.
So I already got some baseball games that I will be attending here very soon. I heard somebody talked about, like, like just talking about small sample size, like any baseball player can do anything for 60 at bats. Like any baseball player can look like Babe Ruth for 60 at bats or whatever it might be.
Yeah, there's a lot of that sort of fun thing where it's like, okay, if he just hits for the rest of the season a home run once every week or whatever, he's on a pace for like a 40 home run or 50 home run or whatever it is because he hit 5 in the first 4 games.
But I will say that they just look a little looser. They look very athletic, which is kind of not, I guess, not what I really expected. The broadcast has said this a couple of times, but they're the youngest team in MLB. And I don't think I knew that for a fact.
Yeah, I think just that, what was it, 6th inning of home opener alone, really, you really try not to overreact to one game. You really try not to overreact to one inning. But just that one inning alone really impacted my expectations for this season. I didn't think that they had that in them this year. I saw somebody say that this team is constructed in a way where on the offensive side, it's a very young team that you can be excited about that looks like the future is near. And the pitching side looks like a team constructed to lose games to get a better draft pick.
Those guys just bang. This offense is probably good. Like if Walker and Gorman actually fulfill the promises that their prospect rankings we're sending, like, this team is really, really fun.
Oh, I
You're
agree.
talking to like 60, 70 grade power guys. If they just click, we're looking at 60-ish plus homers that we were not accounting for.
To me, this has been one of the open questions about this new front office. Do they have a desire to do this? It's been generally considered to be a smart move. I mean, it's backfired a few times around the league, but a lot of teams have been built around these really good extensions of young players.
I would love for JJ Weatherholt to happen. I think I think it would really signal to the fans that we're serious. I think that there is a deal that would scoop up JJ's arb years and a free agent year or two that would make sense that he would sign, that would put the Cardinals in a good position. And I think, like, you just have to trust that this kid, I mean, he is everything. He has everything going for him. He is solid defensively. He has a good eye. He seems like a smart, normal person. Like, he's not a crazy guy. Like, this is a type of person that you would want to invest in. It doesn't surprise me that they're having this conversation, but I could not be more on board with at least JJ getting locked up for 7, 8, 9 years, whatever they might be talking about.
Just like you've been saying for years, lock him up.
Lock him up. Let me see the emails first and then lock him up. I remember when Archie Bradley shit his pants while he was in the middle of a relief appearance.
On field, in game, just in the history of baseball, absolutely.
Recommend, if you're a public figure, just don't bring up Kanye West right now.
Yeah, just let it go.
It's free not
just
to.
Let him go. Let him go.
We're talking about an extremely small sample size, but who gives a shit? Because we have good news to talk about. but you cannot argue that he has made a actual change somewhere in his game. It's his swing pass, his decisions, whatever it might be, all of it together. Maybe it's just him getting older. He looks like a better player.
It is always surprising to me and such a good reminder that spring doesn't mean anything, right?
Means nothing.
The game is just so much more fun when Jordan Walker is playing well.
Any baseball player can do anything in 60 plate appearances, and he hits the ball so freaking hard that if that 117 mile an hour ground ball is just 10 or 15 or 20 feet in the air, you're talking extra bases. You're talking even home runs can happen out of that.
Yeah, anywhere but
so
straight
hard.
down.
Not just the Cardinals, and nobody from my eyes has just seemed like they're on everything to start the season. Like, he is a pain in the ass to pitch against right now. I'm buying stock in Alec Burleson right now.
I think the only question for me is like, is this just starting hot, or is this an actual like leveling up of his skill set? Last year at one point, he's like, from a WRC plus standpoint, he was one of the top 25 hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
Last year, like, he is a competent hitter. The thing holding him back from like true stardom has been power. And maybe he's taking that age 27 step up, which is, many people say, like, basically the age 27 season is the prime power season. It
would not shock me if Alec Burleson turned into a 30 homer, 350 plus on base percentage type first baseman. I'm going to burst your bubble, Nate. He has not drawn a single walk yet.
Yeah, well, he kind of looks like a high school bully who, like, is beefed out of his own comfort level, and moves as such. But when he hits the ball, it can be fun. I'll say what I said on C70's show is that in just these 4 innings alone, you can see why he was a closer at the major league level at multiple different points in his career, and also why the Cardinals got him for nothing late in the offseason.
If you want to be, you want to treat him like a rental car and drive the shit out of him while you're taking care of your other longer, the assets that you have for a little bit longer. That also makes sense to me. It's crude, but it's smart. Javi Baez, I watched a highlight of him this morning. He took a kind of hanging curveball right down the middle, and then Mike Soroka threw another curveball that was about 1.5 feet outside, and he put his A swing on it and missed. So we'll have that to look forward to as well. Final piece of news: MLB Players Association announced that they amassed a war chest of more than $500 million for both the 2024 and 2025 years. The players agreed to put aside 100% of their licensing revenue into this quote-unquote war chest. I don't know how this makes me feel for the possibility of games happening in 2027, but I'm going to take the optimistic outlook here, and I'm going to say that, you can cover a lot of salary with that money, and that means you can wait out a lot of games. Can I be a huge wet blanket first?
Yeah.
I think all of these products are built by or are brought to us by Aramark, which is a shitty company that delivers shitty food. So even though these things might sound good, they never are. And it's so disappointing. Fuck you, Aramark. I know that I'm right, but this is a 2-foot-long hot dog that's covered in mac and cheese. That, to me, sounds absolutely horrible. But I can see why some sickos out there are lusting after the Glizilla. I will tell you, last time I had a Rockies dog, I got food poisoning while I was in a 4-hour car ride down to Southern Colorado, and it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life.